Welcome back. Masih di live dan masih bersama saya. Ya, yang semalam, yang kemarin itu live-nya dibatalkan gara-gara keyboard saya ternyata error. Sebenarnya dari awal streamnya udah kelihatan sih. Intronya di play 2 kali, tadi lagunya di play 2 kali. Kenapa? Karena pas itu kesiram. Cuman saya nggak tahu segimana ininya, segimana damage-nya. Saya kira cuma di sekitaran meja aja. Ternyata ada sebagian sedikit yang masuk ke keyboard, cuman itu bikin kayaknya panel angka sama bagian atas QWE itu nggak bener. Jadi saya mencet W bareng A kan, kalau nyetir belok itu W pakai A sama W pakai W sama A sama W sama D gitu ya. Itu nggak bisa. Terus saya mencet 2 kan, truth double kan 1 2 3. Saya mencet 2 yang kepencet 1. Jadi baiklah gitu, daripada gimana udah saya benerin dulu keyboardnya dan sudah. Saya nggak lama benerin keyboardnya, cuman udah keburu udahlah nanti besok dibesokkan saja gitu. Itu biasa video ini sponsori oleh Prime Member Rehan, Ali Tomcat, Hani Hadi, Azim Ai, Koala Panda, Christopher Faris, dan Saiful sama Raffi Ramadan. Thank you. Kita loncat screennya dulu. Dan mana Steamnya saya? Oh, udah dibuka. Saya kira tadi belum dibuka stream ininya, Steamnya. Udah, kita buka lagi ininya. Sama sekali saya mau cek volumenya ini bener atau enggak. Kok kayaknya terlalu keras gitu. Saya ini dulu. Dan di chat ada Remio, Fitra, Remio. ada Fitra di, ada Fitra di chat YouTube dan di Twitch. Saya lihat dulu. Di Twitch, Lemon Juice, Twitch detail sama ada dari viewer. Biasanya meskipun nggak ngechat, biasa nongol kalau user in chatnya. Entahlah ini ya kenapa. Nah, saya lihat volumenya dulu. Bener nggak? D3 dia proxy bener, udah sih bener. Oh, ini diganti ya kayaknya ya si title itunya kayaknya update sedikit itu. Karena mau keluar yang ininya kan. Cuman berarti dihilangin itunya dong nama tim apa gitu kalau nggak salah yang di ini. Kayaknya itunya yang dihapus kayaknya ya. Apa udah selesai kontrak dengan itunya ya? Apa gitu, kalau nggak salah mas Rockstar sama tim apa gitu, saya lupa nama timnya, berarti nggak dilihat doang. Oke, kita buka case nya lagi, bisa nggak buka dari sini ya? Patrol, traffic, homicide, vice, arson, satu lagi the gas. Oh udah the gas ya, nggak ada lanjutannya ini udah. Kayak udah kita resume saja tapi di restart gitu, di resume. Nah, walk in Elysian Field, nah ini dia. Semoga nggak terlalu keras, kayaknya pas tembak-tembakan tuh suaranya kayak jadi keras banget. Anyway, bisa di restart. Yep, case. There we go. Jadi biasa kita ngerjain street crime dulu satu pas mulai biar ada ininya. Jadi ini kayak semacam gudang kalau kelihatannya ininya tuh. Dan banyak kertas. Dia kalau bikin burung kertas begini berarti ada permintaan kalau nggak salah mah. Bikin 1000 kalau nggak salah. Burung atau kelinci ya? Yang dituduh kelinci. Kalau bikin 1000 berarti ada harapan katanya. Kalau berhasil sampai 1000 berarti ini.
Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Oke. Dah gitu doang, nggak di briefing, nggak dibikin semangat apa gitu, langsung berangkat. Ini dah aja. Ini apa? Ini bawah. Apa kelas-kelas bawah gitu. Kayaknya pas zaman masih homicide aja masih lebih bagus tuh, kayak kami untungnya dekat. Jadi mari kita ini dulu. Let's go there first.
Can you drive to this one?
Let's see.
Any unit in the vicinity, a citizen reports a 459. They're now at 38 North Catalina. Unit to handle code 2 identified.
Code 2.
R11K responding.
11K Roger. At 459 they're now at 38 North Catalina Street, code 2.
Oke. Mana? Oh. Hot property.
Cops! Shit! Stop! LAPD!
Ngapain dia mau ini? Naik mobil, oke. Oh, naik truk. Let's go. Well, should be too hard harusnya. Gak susah amat. Standar kejar-kejaran. Kecuali ada something yang kayak begini ya. Bentar pak. Tuh apa rumput begitu udah kayak beton. Biasanya gini mobilnya pelan. Alah. Dia masuk kemana ini? Oh. Tempat parkir. Iya, nggak bisa nyelip tengah-tengah dong. Bisa. Masih kuat ya ini mobil. Kayak udah kerecak-kerecak begini mesinnya. Ya Allah, lepas tengah-tengah nggak masuk. Nah, itu dia.
Land to his wheel well. Come on.
Dia ngapain? Dia mau nembak.
But I'm scared to go to prison, mister.
Ya Allah,
Hey,
nyangkut.
look at me.
Got a Charleston case in the paper.
That was kinda easy. Oke, entah ini scripted juga nggak itu dia nabrak bis itu, atau nabrak apa tadi? Oke, kalau nggak salah dari lokasinya dekat hidden vehicle, kita ambil hidden vehicle-nya satu ya, siapa tahu bagus. Pak, let's go. Pak, jangan lama Pak.
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a
Bapak,
conversation?
Ibu pantes. Halo ada Mi.
Fuck it. Forget it.
I'm teasing you, Hirsch. Tell me about it.
The new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. You guys are ready to move in this weekend. The developer's gonna have some very angry customers. Shame about Jeb. The arson desk was trying to nail
Biasanya
that
di
son of a
Twitch
bitch
tumben
for years.
ke YouTube.
He's still in custody, Hirsch.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already.
Oh,
And
dalam
home
sini
for
pasti.
misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
Ini dia. Let's see, siapa tahu mobilnya bagus kan, lumayan. Kok kelihatannya keren. Nggak pakai mobil jelek. Wih, apa ini? Ya bentuknya unik sih. Kok bilang bagus kan bentuknya. Kayak kapal kano. Lagi turun, lagi naik turun. Ya katanya kabel bawah laut kena Singapura. Ih, rasanya racing gini, ringan, bisa nyempil. Mau ngambil nggak jadi. Mantap juga ini, lumayan. Ini ada mobil lagi, coba lihat enak sih. Kita coba aja mumpung deket, siapa tahu ini mobilnya enak juga. Ini ringan ini, tuh. Beloknya ringan, kerasa kencang juga, ringan. Jadi ya sebagian kena. Saya kayaknya termasuk yang enggak semua, atau mungkin tidak semua provider internet kan. Intinya memang saya enggak. Dia dekat sini mana coba? Oh, ada gang Pak, bisa masuk coba. Oke, bisa.
I was kind of attached to the paint job, Cole.
Oh itu dia, let's see. Enak mana? Kalau enak yang satu lagi, ya udah. Naik ini bisa. Bisa.
The skipper sees us driving around this, we're dead.
Internasional K86. Bisa dong. Ya, gitu. Ada achievementnya kayaknya kalau kita bisa mengendarai semua mobil. Well, cobain dulu ya mas. Taker torpedo. Ini juga rasanya enak sih. Kayaknya rada bulky aja, gede rasanya. Udah itu aja deh. Naikin ini kalau mau apa, kalau ada madam mana mobil yang hilang dong di spawn. Adalah hilang mobilnya. Saya kira bakal
You
tetap di
drive.
situ.
I need to go over the case notes.
Talahin mobil siapa pun naik aja pokoknya. Tadi sempat 2 kan yang di Twitch. Asumsi saya biasanya kalau 2 ya, kalau Hanami sama Makoa. Cuma belum ini aja, belum ngechat. Sekarang jadi 1. Jadi sama Makoa yang di chat, yang di Twitch. Crossfire 12 PM. Ini juga cukup parah. Walaupun nggak sampai rata banget, tapi ini kan gitu.
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
Semoga perutnya kuat. Ya memang walaupun nggak ada bau mayat, tetap aja lihat yang kayak gitu, aduh gitu.
Morelli, Mike. We recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved. Ooh. I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation.
Gua udah bener ya.
Look at the parts of their bodies that
Insya
are
Allah sudah.
scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved him into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Ya ini yang paling aneh dari ininya tuh. Jadi mereka mungkin meninggalnya karena ledakan yang di awal, yang pasti ini instahit lagi, kita udah lihat. Cuman kondisi mayatnya, jadi setelah meninggal karena ledakan, mayatnya dipindahin ke sini, dijejerin, baru si rumah kebakar. Terus baru gesturnya jadi begini. Ini gestur yang umum kalau ke ini. Main cukup parah. Tapi udah.
What are you doing?
Rare effect is from the fire. The muscles and tendons contract.
Jadi pasti ke situ tangannya gitu, kan ada yang begini, ada yang kayak apa, petinju itu kalau kebakar sampai ini, jadi kontraksinya jadinya ke situ. Nah
You ever
ini
think about how many people have died in this world and how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
They got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into
Yeah,
a
sampai
burning
situ.
building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt
For the fires?
for his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. Probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
You could be right. Can you come up with an alternative explanation?
I'm sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back.
well that
Leave
sucks.
the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Biggs.
Sampai benar-benar kering, jadi yang gitu. Emang cuma game, tapi kalau ini orang beneran mah aduh gitu. Ini foto mereka berempat ya. Nah, kalau nggak salah si hitternya di luar dan nah, ada kan itu kalau nggak salah itu, tapi nggak ada ininya, nggak ada significance-nya. Nah, ada lantai 2-nya ya. Tapi kita nggak bisa naik. Adanya ke bawah, adanya basement. Kabel putus-putus, kan kabelnya lewat bawah laut. Emang begitu. Kabel bawah lautnya itu ini. Waktu itu tahun berapa juga sama, putus. Kan ngebenerinnya cukup ini itu. Cukup makan waktu dan juga cukup bahaya, tapi sebenarnya dalam beberapa hari juga udah bener pasti. Turun dulu. Saya lupa di sini ada apa, tapi jangan aja dulu ya. Keyboardnya udah enak. Sebenarnya ngebenerinnya gampang karena cuma gini doang kan. Karena cuma ke apa namanya? Cuma kesiram air doang, jadi basah. Tinggal dikeringin saja. Cuman kalau nggak ngerti mah udah gitu udah beli baru aja. Sayang duit. Mending lamanya buat saya sini. Tapi kalau keyboardnya mahal yang meka gitu, main bisa dapat gratis kalau saya mau. Udah ya, itu nggak ada apa-apa, itu doang. Kita naik saja. Masa habis naik turun, mana keluarnya ya? Nah, ada ledakannya di situ karena kelihatan damage-nya paling parah, nggak hanya sekedar gosong tapi kedorong barang-barang semua.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
Ya, kurang lebih baru.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Ya,
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
ya kalau yang nggak nonton
Okay.
part sebelumnya, yang dibakar itu semua pemenang undian somehow. Pergi di tanggal
You don't
itu
look like a
gitu.
fireman, son.
Yang bukan, Pak. Saya detektif, Pak. Somehow menang undian dan dibakarnya pas ketika tanggal pergi. Yang satu berangkat dan ketika pulang sudah gosong rumahnya. Yang satu nggak jadi pergi gara-gara anaknya sakit. Akhirnya apa? Meninggal. Yang ini saya lupa. Saya harus lihat dokumennya lagi. Tapi mungkin juga tanggal mereka berangkat ini ya. Dan sama mereka nggak berangkat juga gitu. Nah, saya belum merhatiin yang di belakang, takutnya ada apa-apa. Tapi ada ini, ada binatang, ada anjing. Kalau kucing sih nggak bisa anjing di luar di situ. Sih, insta hit.
Looks like the same model.
Saya model yang servisnya sama. Kalau video gaming tanpa narasi suara bakal jadi masalah nggak ke depannya? Nggak biasanya mah. Kecuali memang company gamenya yang rada-rada nakal. Atau misalnya rada-rada ekstrim kayak Nintendo. Ah, itu biasanya. Housing development burns experiment. Ya, kita lihat dulu.
How did you get my number, Ira? At first, I didn't understand you. But now I do. I'd like you to come back to the clinic. I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven.
Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fire should end now. They have served their purpose. Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Ya, dia ngebakarnya
Everything
tuh.
will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor.
Ini di luar ordernya. Ini kayaknya ordernya cuma bakar rumah kosong, sekarang jadi ada mayatnya. Dan pembakarannya ini kan buat ini. Jadi rumahnya hancur. Apa si kompleknya memang mau dijual terus direnovasi jadi tempat lain. Ya, let's say kayak di kita mah dihancurin saja jadi mall. Nah, ininya tuh diganti jadi perumahan yang lain yang lebih modern. Yang semua yang tinggal di sini suruh pindah. Yang sebelum-sebelumnya begitu, nggak mau pindah. Dan tiba-tiba namang undian bakar. Jadi bakar di situ biar nggak ada korbannya, suruh pergi. Apa sih mbak ini? Ya, penggusuran secara paksa. Apa?
LAPD.
Main sampai
Can you tell
sini
me
ya.
anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Weekend
Foreman.
away.
Dudley Foreman.
Dia bilang weekend away. Terus saya buka ini bisa nggak?
Mind if we move things along a little, Detective?
Ntar ya Pak, dia bilangnya weekend away. Jadi clue. Saya maksudnya dikasih model family had won a weekend vacation tuh. Menang. Sama, menang hadiah juga. Cuman kenapa dia tidak berangkat itu nggak tahu. Tanya dulu.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Nggak mungkin. Ini saya udah tahu ini dub. Cuman pas saya mencet 2 malah mencet 1 gara-gara keyboardnya error. Sekarang sudah benar jadi.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Kan.
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Oh, sama. Jadi rumahnya mau dihancurin karena mau direnovasi, dia nggak mau. Sama dengan yang kasus sebelum, sama persis.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
baru ngomong dia being difficult, di
Whatever you
press
thought of
ini.
Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
Ya nggak mau jual nanti nggak lancar. Ya kayak semacam gitu promotional.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. Then I find out they were still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
Oh ya, dia beneran nggak tahu.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Oh, itu ya dianggap sebagai Oke. Ini masih ada sesuatu kah jadi
Why is the word abbreviation so long?
coba. Kita belum meriksa bapak ini ya. Bapak ini juga ininya kena impactnya ini dari ininya. Tembus coba itu kalau di sana ada kasur. Udah keimpel ya ketusuk ke. Oh, kayaknya terlalu jauh kalau saya jalan ke sini, Pi. Kita lihat masih ada ini nggak? Intuition jarang kita pakai, saya kalau bisa, bisa saya coba. Hah. Kali dipakai gitu. Apa? Oh, ada witness mungkin. Ah, Ibu ada atau Bapak ada ini atau apa?
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
This is a secure area. You all need to leave. This is a crime scene. All of you move along.
Enggak gitu juga.
He's the cop that arrested that movie producer. It's about time some of those movie people went to jail. Untouchable.
Dia nunjuk ke arah mana tadi? Saya lihat kayak dia nunjuk ke arah sini tapi nggak ada. Siapa lagi coba? Kesini tadi dia nunjuk tapi nggak ada. Saya kira itu salah satu witness mau bawa keterangan apa gitu tapi nggak ada kayaknya. Oh, jejak sama rokok.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
Calderon. Rokok ya dan ini.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
Nggak lihat saya ini. Dijual beli mobil van. Oke. Ada pertanyaan lain? Oh, siapa tahu dia tahu tentang ini, Bapak tahu ini nggak? Oh, ada jadi tambah. Coba.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morellis' home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Kok Bapak ini mencurigakan ya?
You sure, Mr. Foreman? There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, a beat-up hat, and no hair.
Botak.
I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days.
Pest
But that guy
exterminator
had
guy?
hair.
Oh.
Thanks for your time,
King
Mr.
Manor,
Warren.
oke.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
Boleh,
great.
thank you. Ambil apa dia?
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Hold a piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Bisa dibuka nggak?
Paper crane.
Paper crane.
There's a legend about them.
Ah kan,
Sold
sama.
1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Yang saya bilang kan, kalau kita ini 1.000, harapannya bisa terkabul.
Hey, don't break it.
Nggak dibuka yang keras apa
I'm
pak.
not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
Flyer
For
ya.
what?
Kalau semua pakai ini yang
For
sama,
Elysian Fields developments.
biasanya orang yang bisa megang ini 1.000 misalnya gitu, megang ini 1.000 lembar kan pasti orang-orang orang ini juga.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Oh, sama. Oh, beda dikit kayaknya, bawahnya.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon, oke. Bawa mirip pak. Itu ada itu. Berarti yang tadi mau dipotong ya? Itu tadi sudah dipotong kotak pas di bagian ininya. Oke. Kita tanyain siapa tahu ada ininya. Siapa tahu kita punya alamat atau apa. Dispatch operator, tolong.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks.
Captain McKelty.
Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli farm.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe. He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Bodo
McKelty
amat.
has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Oke. Kita nggak akan ke situ karena kemungkinan besar memang ada konspirasi, jadi kita nggak perlu ke rancho. Mending kita kesini aja dulu. Tujuan kita emang kesini kok. Nanti pemadam kebakaran aja kali ya. Nah, bisa.
You're behind the
Bisa.
wheel.
We're driving this.
You all seem to be standing
Bisa dong. Ya.
How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole? We are not going there.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
You just won't let this go, will you, Cole?
Yalah,
You know they're involved somehow.
kita sudah mau
You
dipecat
expect me to turn
ini.
my back on it?
Udah mau dipecat ini gara-gara
You're a big
ya
boy.
aluh mobilnya
I
jangan
expect you to
ditabrak
know
juga
which battles
bapak.
that we're throwing my pension away for.
There we go. Mantap kan. Oke, ini dia tempatnya. Ya, memang kelihatan seperti sebuah kantor buat properti Elysian. Let's go. Nah, itu dia. Rancho Escondido.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
Oke.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Send them through.
May I help you, gentlemen?
Coba.
I wonder.
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Gitu dong. Jadi nggak susah ya. Ya kan keren tuh, merah-merah gede lagi.
Like a cigar. Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs.
Ya silakan ya kalau minum, tapi jangan ini. Boleh kita lihat-lihat dulu, siapa tahu ada ini, tapi lagunya bukan lagu investigasi, jadi kita ngomong aja. Wait. Hah, ini rencana ininya kayaknya. Ada lagi? Coba tuh di antara market-market ini ada yang penting gitu.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
Terrible, boys. How can I help?
Oke. Let's see. Default rumah Indo ya.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybill.
Saya press kalau kayak
We
gitu.
found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Is that good advertising?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Not familiar with that one? Itu ada di flyer.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Well, di flyernya ada. Mana flyernya? Ada nggak? Nah ini.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? You want to accuse them of murder as well?
Well, dapat apa tuh? Huckster.
Made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Ya, American way ya. Tangannya gerak-gerak, gelisah deh.
Come on,
dikit.
You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense. The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think. The contractors I use for waybills, you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Glad to
Action.
help officers.
Ya, ada baju baru katanya. Saya mau lihat. Mana lihat ininya? Map log statistik belum kayaknya. outfitnya dia. Bagus enggak gitu. Extra doses damage and stay standing. Best worn by rubbing shoulder. Oh ini, Exau ini. Well, kelihatannya ini sih. Kayak anggota mafia ya. Gak apa-apa lah. Boleh.
Your boss is a fine man.
Oh bukan itu. Itu jendela bukan pintu. Pintunya gini. Pak, udah Pak, kemana lagi Pak? Belum dicoret. Wah, belum dicoret. Ntar ada petunjuk di sini. Ini bukan. Kenapa belum dicoret? Kelihatannya kayak nggak ada apa-apa lagi, tapi jangan-jangan ngomong ke sekretarisnya. Coba ya. Bisa buka ini? Enggak. Ngomong lagi, siapa tahu ada ya.
All I can tell you about Mr. Monroe is that he's a good employer and a fine American.
Oke.
Know that face?
Saya tidak terlalu minta saya meniru, tapi
Negro drug pictures last week.
He's only a writer, so he can't really help me.
mungkin di sini ada sesuatu. Let's see. Kita zigzag aja dari meja ke meja ya. Jadi udah kayak ini ya. Udah kayak ujian mobil motor aja. Harus zigzag.
Hey, there's such a thing as soap, you know. Don't need this?
Nah, apa sih? Gini semua. Coba yang penting nggak ada.
You are a modest little person with much to be modest about.
Apakah bisa pakai intuition lagi? Nggak ada intuition. Huh.
Yeah, I've been hankering for a dust up. The heck?
Is he in some kind of trouble?
Paling itu, nanya ke ininya lagi. Ya, kita tanya lagi. Oh iya ininya. Daftar ini. Joseph Bradley, Paul Jones, Herbert Champagne, Michael Muldoon, Thomas Devil, Leon Petrov, Joseph Contractor, David Ashworth. Masih ada ini yang sebelumnya nggak saya? Kalau nggak salah mah, ini masih Champagne ini.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Bu, ininya Bu. Pak ada telepon nggak Pak? Dikunci dong, ya udahlah. Saya telepon dulu kalau gitu. Di luar kan teleponnya. Harusnya sudah dicoret kalau memang udah semua. Bukan. Ya kacanya bening. Udah dicoret. Oke. Destination. Oh, ini. Ada itu. Mana juga sama aja sih, penting mah telepon lah itu di sana. West Coast Cigar. Accomplishment. Outfit Leland Monroe when discussing the other plan. Achievement dalam Rockstar juga jalan lagi.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Keluar ya?
Thanks for your help.
Oke deh. Ya udahlah. Jadi di luar, dekat. Let's go. Cukup ya pakai 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 mobil ini cukup ya, tapi saya pengen nyobain sendiri sih. Jual hotdog gitu.
This guy must have escaped from the
Jesus,
loony
boy.
bin.
What's wrong with a good old-fashioned black and white?
Gak apa-apa, yuk. Pak. Bajan nyerempet dong Pak. Aduh, gimana ini? Bener ya, jalan kanan. Oh, nanti ada ini, masuk aja. Nah, gitu dong. Wah. Mana? Oh, satu persimpangan lagi baru belok sini. Berat. Maaf. Berat. Mobil. Ya, parkirin di rumah orang aja nggak apa-apa ya. Nah. Dah. Oke. Mobilnya pasti dekat sini. Cuman di belah mana? Rail vehicles can be found hidden, katanya. Nggak kelihatan. Oh, nggak, pas di ininya, pas di jalannya. Nggak sampai sini. Jadi harusnya ada jalan masuk mobil yang agak dari sini. Pas. Oh, ini logonya. Jadi dia masuk dong. Dia tahu. Kamu bukannya bilang, tar, ini rodanya 3. Oh iya bener, roda 3. Ini apa? Musuhnya Mr. Bean. Cobain ah. Sip, jauh nggak? Ya bukan mobilnya Mr. Bean, ini musuhnya ini. Yang sampai di ini. Kita cobain, enak nggak? Agak berat rasanya. Ini bajai tapi bagus gitu. Beloknya rasanya ini banget berat. Ya bahaya memang. Kan ada yang nyobain gitu, dan ya sangat mudah keguling ini. Kencang sedikit, belok tajam pasti langsung keguling. Oke, pas. Gak ngerti saya ini apa idenya gimana gitu ya, kurang stabil aja gitu. Masih belum ada ini. Nyelip. Berat ini kalau kencang sedikit udah nggak enak. Ini karena main game aja nggak dibikin guling. Aslinya mah guling pas itu. Pas. Nggak copyright nih lagu ini. Tinggal partnya bisa sih. Udah, Rancho Escondido.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
Kebakar juga.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for
Smart
a fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Gila. Aduh tuh.
That's done it. Come on, we're gonna have to pacify these poor saps. I'm gonna beat these black and blue.
Ini berantem tawuran begini. Dia bilang jangan. Tinggal diurus. Nah. Masih ada? Ayo pak. Ini siapa lagi berjas? Berjas malah berantem ini, kayak apa aja. Aduh. Kayak berantem anak orang partai ini. Pakai baju bagus semua. Nice.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Ini mah semua dibakar ini. Ini kayaknya blok ini ya, mungkin blok elitnya. Tapi sama karena perumahan lama jadi bakar juga gitu. Bukan perumahan lama juga sih, karena mereka nggak mau menjual. Kenapa ada suara itu? Hah? Belah mana itu, belah mana? Hah?
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
Poor cement quality. Oh,
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick.
ini jelek.
Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap. You got an idea, Hotshot?
Semen jelek ya. Jadi apa, dibikin asal gitu, asal murah.
Till the minute I win it, a beautiful face still earns love for me in it. Give me your heart, and baby I'll bin it, 'cause I always kill the things I love. Some
Buy me a drink, Cole?
for the
No.
sake of
Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it.
is something quite other.
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you.
Di blackmail sama si ini.
Stay away from
Detective.
Elysian Fields. I should have known that you were playing errand boy. You and your doofus partner. You have been warned. Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company.
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah. Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Bertie. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
KGPL calling car 11K.
Oh,
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
thank you.
You
Let's
fought
go.
at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called...
You can drive.
Nah, dulu. Biar otomatis dulu.
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over
Insurance
at California
investigator.
Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Chapman's apartment.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too.
I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind
Let's
of
take a
problem.
look at the car.
Coba. Let's see. Gak ada, janjian mati taunya.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
See, apa ini? Masih? Ini yang sama?
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Ya, kalau dia bisa bikin 1000, dia punya 10. Oke. Apakah
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Oke. Pennington. Shotgun. Udah beberapa udah dikeluarin.
We should revise the APB. He's
8.
clearly armed.
Berarti ya, kalau gini berarti emang punya ini.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Tahu dia ngebajak tram jangan.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
Hold
I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar, currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Tinggal pencet tuh itu otomatis. Alah. Ya.
Suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Follow aja. Follow the train. Follow the damn train. Gak bisa diapa-apain, ikutin aja. Itu nggak bisa pakai buat ngalangin itu. Kan bisa itu kalau kita baru yo Allah beloknya itu akan.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
Ya udah sih Pak itu lihat tuh.
I can't get a target that isn't there, Phelps.
Ya, sini Pak.
Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him.
Nah, bubar timnya tim mana? Kedua ini udah diancam sih. Siapa tuh berhenti, jangan ngurus-ngurus lagi kan sini udah diancam bakal pensiun dini katanya. Nah ya, ke bawah bapak nembaknya nggak situ, bukannya ke bawah. Lah, deki bapak yang nembaknya doang yang bener. There we go.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole. Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
Fires benefit Elysian in some way. I see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Ya, ini konspirasinya masih lebih rumit lagi dari ini.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? You'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
Taunya bener. Okay. Where are we now? Di rumah sendiri.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You work for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me.
I
Win
think
sudah
there's
nih,
something
sudahin
dirty
ya.
about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help Miss Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Oke. Agak gimana gitu, kayak kembali ke yang dulu-dulu, we never face a charge but visual evidence might have got his attention. Ya, saya gue mikir pasti si Monroe memang ada ininya, cuman belum kena gitu. Next.
Mr. Kelso?
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
To his female client. The releasement pertaining to the metropolitan number sekian and the sudden death of Louis John Buchwalter, I'm writing to inform you that you have been named as sole beneficiary of Miss Buchwalter's estate. Please find attached a settlement check for $20,000, the maximum payable amount and clause for A of the life care, disability, and accidental death policy, which Miss Buchwalter held. If you wish to dispute the settlement, you may contact our account management office by return mail or by phone during office hours. Condolence, California for life insurance, $20,000 check.
There's no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the
What do you
settlement.
mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay. Let me get the case file.
Kita jadi mainin si ini. Jadi kita tahu ini masuknya protagonis juga sih. Jadinya Elysian Fields. So the corner of the ledger to turn the page. Roofnya ya, jadi katanya ininya jatuh nih, atapnya jatuh. So, apa yang terjadi di atapnya? California Fire and Life, California Division, Elysian Fields Development, ini yang punyanya.
There's got to be more in these files.
Independent evaluation $3,400 set of Angel against loss or damage not exceeding 900. When the employee of Louis John was killed when the roof of the property on which he was working collapsed. Sekitar 8.30 pagi-pagi was ascending the roof. When a fault in the ridge beam caused it to sag, witness reported Mr. Bullard sleep and attempt to right himself by holding into setting rafter, but the rafter broke. Mr. Bullard fell approximately 23 feet. 23 feet berarti 1 feet 30 cm, jadi 6 hampir 7 meter. His falling weight caused several ceiling joints to snap, and this fell inward along with part of fabricated roof truss. Autopsy later revealed that the cranium was shattered, probably when he struck his head on one of the roof beam. Sustained significant internal injury as a result of the falling timber and died of internal hemorrhage approximately 10 minutes after the initial roof collapse. The presentation of the ridge rim and roof trusses determined that faults in the timber were undetectable prior to installation. Witness report of it was following all safety procedure.
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. Sorry for your loss.
Oke.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
Coba.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Luke Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
Kalau ke Indonesia bisa aja memang, cuman yang ini saya nggak bisa ngebaca. Ini ada truth atau dub, cuman ya kalau diganti kan berarti good cop atau bad cop, cuman saya tahu memang dia mainnya pintar dia, saya nggak bisa baca ininya. Ntar paling lihat kalimatnya aja doang sih. Do you want to say, of course not. What basis you to have your claim of foul play? As a craftsman, I don't believe you would make a roof that would collapse. Saya dub aja paling kalau kayak kayaknya dia tahu sesuatu yang lebih dari hanya sekedar itu kan. Let's say ini gitu ya.
You want me to reopen this case based on your woman's intuition? That isn't going to happen. Take the money.
I've already told you I do not want the money. There's something wrong with that house.
Okay.
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
Nah, kalau ini baru kelihatan. Dub.
You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
Iyalah.
We were interned together on Ellis Island. Resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. You see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso. We spent 4 years there.
Teman masa kecil tapi not the great memory gitu ya.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
Ya sih, emang minta ya kayaknya. Nah, benar.
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address, not the phone number.
Jadi maksudnya minta nomor gitu. Kalau minta phone number tinggal ke RNI. Kalau kita menanya 09 juga dapat, asal udah dapat ini mah. Okay.
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs.
Okay.
Come on, I'll walk you up.
Ya, kita jadi mainin sini ya. Kita yang investigasi ya, nggak apa-apa. Ceritanya masih sekubu ini. Dia yang ngelindungin si dokter muda itu kan pas mau nginin obat. Apa?
He's dull as dishwater, but I'm not with him for the conversation.
Well, you can only dream. Are we going to the
Yang mana?
Mocambo
Oh, yang
this
ini.
Friday?
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Oh, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lichtman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lichtman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
Ya, nih bapak ini sekubu juga sama yang Monroe tadi ya. Oke.
What the hell? Your car, Mr. Kelso?
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, kid.
Hold it to skip your destination. Ada mobil lagi, ada di ujung sini. Kasus jalan sebenarnya nggak ada karena dia bukan orang kepolisian. Dia cuma ini asuransi. Investigator dari ini. Chevrolet Fieldmaster, oke. Taunya nggak bisa buka aja gara-gara ini. Maju deh. Oh ini dia di ujung. Masuk dari mana? Sini. Oh iya. Wooden PC, ini wooden car. Chrysler Woody. Nah, lebih ringan dikit. Salah belok. Udah amat ini dulu lah. Langsung aja di skip. Oke. Gak ada obrolan. $11.28. Oh, masih dipakai mobilnya. Good. Terus di gate kita langsung lihat, masuk aja ya dengan mudahnya, gak ada siapapun di sini, gak ada yang nanyain. Cement delivery, Portland cement 2 ton.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners.
Someone is cutting corners, oke. Itulah mungkin penyebabnya kenapa semennya gampang banget berudul gitu ya. Base building sand for the graded aggregate. Base building sand course. Someone's cutting corner. Apa ini? Biasa foto. Lagi. Ah. Apa ini? Oh, ada 2. City of Los Angeles Order of Demolition. City of Los Angeles pursuant to Section 191 Part 1 Substation A of the California Building Code hereby orders that any building work at the Normandy Avenue subdivision incident of immediately demolish all and building.
Starting again.
Move from the site. Okay.
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
Memo ya. Delays will not be tolerated, jadi nggak boleh delay sama sekali. Itu ya, jadi pada cutting corner kayaknya.
Hey, you just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off.
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
Oh shoot. Dah. Mau lagi.
I came to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
Dasar. Oke, thank you for that. Kita dapat lokasinya, sepertinya udah semua. Nah. Surprise destination, and we go. Di sini nggak ada mobil juga. Oh nggak ada, udah pada buka. Oke. Ada yang satu tutup ya, agak jauh. Skip aja. Ini dia.
The place falls down and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
Not for construction use. Bukan buat konstruksi tulisannya. Oh. Dia nggak punya outfit lainnya, nggak ada.
Wow, that sure looks like a beauty.
Let's try to piece this together.
Piece this together?
Keystone Films. Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
Dari film ya, dari film bukan buat konstruksi bangunan, cuma di ini sebentar terus. Oh wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Wait, bapak itu, weh ke situ. Gila, ini bapak mainannya serem juga, Pak. Jalan. Oh gitu. Di aim aja biar takut. Oke, kayaknya aman kalau udah sampai sini. Mungkin. Naik. Bapak ini gila ini bapak. Wah apa dia? Ya intinya itu properti film aja ya. Kalau film kan cuma sebentar doang. Yang mereka cuma bikin udah itu lepas lagi gitu. Bukan buat rumah. Beda kalau buat rumah. Gitu ya. Jadi ada custom film, oke. Jadi kita bisa ini. Oh belum dapat. Terus nanya dulu ini. Where do we ask? Nggak ada HP, nggak bisa nanya jadinya. Gimana coba? Keystone Film. Sepertinya nggak ada titiknya di sini. Ini mah California filenya, Asian Film, Demolish House. Nanya ke polisi? Mungkin. Nah, coba siapa tahu bisa. Kayak kuning benderanya. Sabar Pak, jauh pula Pak. Mungkin ya nanya ke polisi. Logikanya. Ah, itu ada telepon. Kayaknya nggak telepon harusnya. Nah, dia bisa. Oh bisa sih dia cuma publik, bukan cuma buat ini aja.
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Oke, itu dia.
Sam's taking the other phone.
Coba orang di kalau ini ya. Keystone Film Studio. Nah. Jauh kah? Mana coba nggak kelihatan di sini mah. Oh ini jauh. Oke lah.
5 years from now, all our jobs will be done by robots.
Good point. Let's go.
Hi, Mac. I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. At a housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since 41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
Iya, jadi mereka malah nggak beli. Thank you for that. Langsung naik. Bahkan kayunya nggak beli, tapi ada bondnya. Dikorup uangnya. Let's see, screening room. Kayak nggak ada di sini sih, kita cari kayunya sih logikanya ini. Nggak ke tempat kayak gini. What is that? Film?
Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
Suburban Development. Ada filmnya coba. Kok ada? Coba kita lihat.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GI.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of the California Fire and Life.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
Ray Gordon, Editor of the Times. Doctor.
District Attorney Donald Sandler and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company. You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity. I find that those of artistic temperament are often of a fragile mental disposition. It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor.
Very true. But I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry. Hear, hear. And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser.
So, how is your new development selling, Leland?
Cannot throw them up fast enough, Ray.
And that's part of the problem, Leland. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public health.
God damn it, Ray.
Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money.
The GI Bill is government money. There's a difference. What difference? The GI money ends up in my pocket. I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors. Of course, Curtis.
So, when will the freeway bond be passed on?
It still has to be ratified. Takes a long time to raise $3 billion.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Ya, masih ada lagi selain ini. Cari yang kayu-kayuan. Somewhere. Iya, masuk dia juga. Masuk ke dalam ini. Investor ceritanya. Gitu, investor. Ini, pasti ada tempat buat nyimpan kayu-kayunya ini. Bisa dibuka ini? Enggak gini doang. Atau ini bisa dibuka? Enggak, langsung nabrak pluk udah ya. Enggak bisa naik kayaknya. Bisa masuk sini nggak? Enggak. Ya. Itulah. Ulang lagi dong itu. Nggak continuously play. Jangan-jangan dalam sini juga.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GI.
Kayaknya coba bisa.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of California Fire and Life. Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
Ray Gordon,
editor of the Times. Doctor.
District Attorney Don Sandler, and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company.
You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity.
I found that those
Mana cluenya loh, di luar. Oh ini kayunya bener. Pencet set. Itu ada tulisannya semua. Oh, kertas.
So this is where their lumber comes from?
It's on white pine. 14 per palet. 400 sama 1000. Kayu murah gitu ya. Digini apa nyebutnya kayu murah begini? Ini apa lagi? Inferior quality. Tuh.
Cost down. Too bad it won't support a roof.
Not for structural use. Oh, dikasih tahu ininya. Memang kualitasnya jelek. Okelah. Ada telepon sebab ada ya. Oke.
Operator, think you could put me through to police dispatch? Thanks.
Putting you through now.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lickman or Luke Buckwalter.
Yeah. Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through.
Hello,
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there
Ya,
tonight.
nggak mau, pada nggak berani.
Around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr. Kelso.
Thanks.
Nggak disadap ya. Takut disadap yang kayak gitu. Ya, terus saya si Phelps ada.
And don't suppose I'll make a plea, 'cause baby, you know I'm guilty.
Langsung pergi gitu. Selesai nyanyi langsung pek. Bau dia agak turun dikit ya kalau ini. Kalau ngelangkah kaki kanan si Phelps. Ya. Nekat kalau kayak gini mah. Meskipun ya kerjaannya terancam kan ini mah, bahkan bisa mati malah. Baru ganti si Phelps sekarang. Tuh, kalau nggak kaki kanan bahunya turun, tapi yang kaki kiri nggak lurus.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning.
Yeah, we in.
You want a tip?
Okay.
Refill my coffee.
Bukan. Elysian Field Side 2. Let's go. Next place. Mobilnya udah baik lagi. Dekat sini ada yang bagus mobilnya? Nggak ada. Oke. Sudah semua yang dekat sini. Baiklah. Loncatin seperti biasa, tapi nggak sini, agak tinggi nih ya gerbangnya. Lampunya nyala? Oh iya. Well, lampunya agak aneh itu, nyalanya kayak gitu. Ada suara mesin tapi pas di ngadep sini nggak ada, sunyi. Giliran sini nyala. Terus lampunya aneh kalau ngedip-ngedipnya kayak gini. Cuman kita harus benar-benar masuk gitu, bukannya kita harusnya masuk sana. Jump scare, jangan-jangan. Nggak jalan lampunya.
Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark.
Oke lah. Kenapa lampunya harus kayak gini? Horor emang. dong. Berarti listriknya dari rumah lain kalau kayak gitu.
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up. Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
Let's put a few... A tough access to
Berantem.
play when it's
Let's
3 on
go.
1.
Aduh.
For you to lose some...
Oh, tinggal finish itu.
Goddamn job.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
mantap.
buddy.
Scripted. Well, scripted.
You're a worn, tough guy. You should learn to take a hint. Get him downstairs and into the trunk.
Kita ditangkap jadi gini. Oke dan. Oh, dibawa ke sini.
Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe?
Mr. Monroe.
Yeah, I know a good place. We'll pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next.
Eksekusi. Sepertinya mati berarti sini atau gimana nih? Oke, good. Somehow kita keluar di tengah. Ya, pas mau berhenti dong.
Elsa.
Lagi pak. Oh shit. Get in a vehicle. Oke. Pas dikasih mobil merah. Oke. Langsung pergi dong. Thank you pak. Coba
Sorry, pal. Desperate times.
Well, kita harus kabur jadi let's go. Ini open door. Sana.
Got a job to do. Bad driving.
Let's go. Biasanya kita ngejar dulu, sekarang kita dikejar.
I ain't got time for this.
Pas, oke, good.
Out of my way. I'm in a rush.
Well, sepertinya dia nabrak. Tajud. Oh, dapat. Good, tapi kita masih harus belok ini. Nggak bisa kalau gini dong. Ada jalan sepertinya. Ntar saya lihat dulu nih kemana. Banyak belokan sih ke sini, tapi ini baik lagi ini.
Please, damn it.
Yang saya hantam, nah gitu.
Can't you see
Dadah.
what's happening?
Berhasil? Oh, masih ada ini. Well, this could be bad. Salah belok, saya nggak lihat.
I'm in a rush.
Dia nggak ngapa-ngapain gitu. Udah ya pak, dadah. Beneran diem dong dia. Rusak mobilnya. Kayaknya langsung mati. Oke. Target kita ini mana ini? Elsa FS. Oh iya, kita langsung ke sana sih harusnya mah. Iya.
Out of my way!
Apa ini, Pak?
I need this. Police emergency.
Thank you. Udah langsung di auto aja harusnya. Cannot auto drive at this time. Udahlah. Cadillac Series 61. Oke, kayaknya sudah aman. Kayak lagunya masih begini soalnya. Jauh dong ini ya, langsungnya di H. Terus di hold pakai jempol. Nyebrang jempolnya. Mungkin masih bisa lurus sedikit, hampir di ujung, tapi masih beberapa jalan lagi masih bisa. Tempat kosong. Nah, ini.
I ain't got time for this.
Sip. Mati kayak sih ini tapi sepertinya. Cuci muka dulu. Ada polisi tuh lewat.
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
Sabarlah, Bu. Ini amat. Okay, House of Stick. It is out on Elysian Field. Desperately, land one those best efforts to bury it. Case closed, fellows. Oke. Ada cutscene-nya ternyata.
Satchel charges on the cave entrance from above. Covering fire on weapons team. Look for snipers in the trees. You know the drill. No risks, no heroes, no prisoners.
You want some roast on this one, Sarge?
No, you guys have done enough. Head back to Webb's. We are going to blow every cave we come across. Close them down and move on, people.
Damn. I was hoping to get me a samurai sword.
Skipper says that Phelps has fallen behind again. He's got his fire teams checking every cave. He's lost another flamethrower. He wants you to get over there and hurry them along.
Oh, ini pas ini ya. Cutscene si ini sih.
Ho, boom. Weapons Company.
Sir. We have a major cave complex in front of us, Hogaboom. I want flamethrowers and BAR teams to clean it out.
Begging your pardon, sir. But if it's a big complex, why don't we bring the Shermans in? They could pour it in there.
We can't wait for tanks to be brought up. I'm already behind.
Then blow the cave. No skin off our nose. Bury them.
We are going in there and clearing them out. We are doing it by the numbers, Sergeant. Get your team in place. We're moving out. Mount up! First fire team and flamethrowers! Head in!
Where's he going? Where's who going?
The big cowboy. He's going in. Who gave that order? You did.
Berantakan di sini. Jepang masih di Jepang. Oke. Besok yang ini. Kalau nggak salah emang tinggal dikit lagi. Saya lihat dulu ini kalau udah apa, the police invitation ya, saya lihat ini. Baik, segitu aja dulu. Kasih udah nonton, ketemu lagi besok. Sebenarnya saya masih bisa lanjut, cuman sebenarnya istri saya belum selesai ininya, tugasnya belum selesai, jadi dia harus ngelanjutin sekarang. Ntar saya lihat dulu LA Noire apa case list. Ada berapa gitu. Arson House of Stick Police Invitation nih, kalau DLC ya. Jadi dua lagi ini, Police Invitation, Nicholson Actor Plating sama Different Kind of War. Dikit lagi. Oke. Ini lagi ada nambah yang VR case file, ada lagi tambahan ininya. Oh beda. Ini mah yang VR cuma sedikit. Ini yang sebelum-sebelumnya juga, ini By Reware, Hustle Car, Still Stalking, Refer Matters sama Different Kind of War. Complete editions semester. But edition they are so now required story mission that must be complete in order to progress. Oke. Ya ini dikit lagi ini. Berarti kayaknya besok selesai ini. Oke. Saya memang tidak ngasih tahu kalau live-nya sekarang, tapi sudah saya minta ngecek sih, jadi ini. Yang biasa pada ada, mungkin karena malam minggu juga ini nggak ada. Oke. Thank you for watching. Ketemu lagi besok. Lagunya Nightcore, The Loneliest Girl katanya. Saya lupa yang nyanyi siapa nih. Carol and Tuesday, The Loneliest Girl. Dia bikin Nightcore. Saya lupa yang request siapa, pokoknya mah inilah linknya gitu ya. Thank you Faris, Remio, Hanami, sama Fitra di YouTube dan Makwa di Twitch. Nikmati lagunya. Istri saya mau lanjut ngerjain tugas. Biasa video ini disponsori oleh para member: Rehan dari Tomcat, Hani Hadi, Azima Ai, Koala Panda, Christopher, Faris, dan Saiful sama Raffi Ramadan. Oke, dadah. Duh, sekali lagi masih udah nonton. Nadanya salah ya, nggak apa-apa lah.